Good evening, Astrolifers. How are you? Sunday night. I'm going to do the video now in English, and then I will do the video after that in French as well. Okay, great. So let's talk about the stars and why I'm keeping on saying, please work, keep on going. I know that some businesses are closed or that we are in that lockdown. So some people might say, okay, right, I'm using it, to relax. And yes, absolutely, I'm all for it. But especially when the stars are in retrograde. For the moment, it's not so much the time. You're going to have plenty of time to rest, especially when Mercury will be retrograde, because that's really the time we should actually be resting and not moving forwards. And there's at least 3 of them per year. So make sure that for the moment you're actually using the stars because they're excellent. So you want to be moving. There's just a couple of things I will talk about that are happening this week, but except the full moon coming up, pretty much everything is great. So you don't want to be missing it. It's time to get ready. It's even time to get ready for things to be launched. I will explain why, but it's definitely an awesome aspect, an awesome week where you want to be working full speed, and then after that be ready to launch and to have things keeping on working the way you have started them, and you don't want to be missing that. It's not the time to miss that. So a lot of people ask me, what are those retrogrades? So the first thing is that Venus, she's the planet, it's the planet of love, of beauty, but it's also linked with money. She's got the spurs, even the representation, of Venus with the statue. She's got the long dress, blue, the image of Venus, but she also has the purse with the coins. So she also rules money, and she will be retrograde from the 13th of this month, of May, until the 25th of June. So we already have that retrograde that is going to be there. It's also a time where a lot of people fall out of love. Suddenly they're, they call me, they contact me, and they said, oh my gosh, why did I marry that man, or vice versa? Why am I with that woman? Typical Venus retrograde. So I've got to tell them, no, it's not the time to divorce. It's just Venus retrograde. Just wait. You might fall in love with your husband again. So it's a funny time because of that, obviously, in my end. Not for everyone, but yes, in the same time, well, even for me, I mean, we're all affected by it, obviously, but it's a time where you're going to find things also less pretty. So you don't want to do change your up style. You don't want to change, your hairstyle or things like that, or your clothes. You don't want to be doing some renovation into your house, for example. Anything to do with beauty, you do not touch, because it's definitely not the time to do so. So you leave it like that. And yes, you just try to be the nicest that you can into your relationship, understanding that it is Venus retrograde. It is not your fault. It is definitely not your partner's fault as well either, or the people that you love, it's just Venus retrograde. So that is going to happen on to the 13th. Then after that, just in the same time, on the 14th, we've got Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, that is going to also be retrograde between the 14th, so just one day after, to the 13th, of September. So that's again a time where things are going to be moving slow. So it's not going to be a time to launch anything new or anything important. If you want to do some launches, it's now. If you want to go booming and making sure that you are creating something with the right star, with the right date of birth, and making sure that it is blessed, you do it between now and the 10th. You don't do it after, okay? So it's time to work. You can always work on the projects after that. And let's say you have launched something, and yes, I am going to launch something too, so watch this space. I will start my campaign on the 30th, so you will see what's going on. But yes, that's the time now to prepare to do it. Then you can start a campaign on the 30th, and then you launch it, for example, on the 9th or 10th. But you don't want to be doing it from the 14th, or neither from the 13th, actually, because at that time, even the star sign of it will not have good aspects, right? It will not be born under the best stars. So definitely not something that you want to be doing if you want that project to take you where you want to go and make you feel good and expand you and your chance and your luck in this life. You don't want to be doing it after that. Then we will obviously, when I say 3 retrogrades at some point, we will have Mercury retrograde, but that we've got it 3 times a year for 3 weeks anyway, and that will happen between the 18th of June to the 12th of July. And that is a time where you want to rest. That is a time where you want to slow down, where you actually have to take it easy, where you've got to finish the projects that you've started, where you don't want to start anything new. I will talk about it when we get there, but that's definitely not a time to start things new. So it is time now. So go for it this week. And I'm going to go to the day-to-day. Oh, by the way, the good aspect about those retrogrades, and especially Jupiter, which is linked with that disease, Pluto and Jupiter together actually helped that disease to be spread around the world, the virus. Well, at least that means that it's going to slow it down. So in bad things, there's always a good things, right? So at least that is going to help us on that level, which we also need. So yes, so start your projects now. Don't worry too much about those retrograde. Just start anything new that you want to launch, do it now. That's all, and the rest will be fine. Do not worry, and we will navigate through those times anyway. I'll be there to guide you and to make the most out of them. There's no problem. So 26, 27, so we are right in it. So we do have Mercury square Jupiter. So one is in Aries, Capricorn. So with Jupiter, there is a positive aspect. Actually, it's very, very good. So it's positive, it's optimistic, deep solving, that is linked with that aspect in Capricorn as well, trying to find solutions. And with Aries being, positive and going for it. But because we do have that aspect of a square, we need to be practical. So it is hard work. I don't know how you guys have been going on the last 2 or 3 days or even tomorrow. But for the moment, if you are working on project, you probably realize that, it's deep organization. You're really going for it, trying to put everything organized and the way it should be. Well, if you are doing that and if you can feel it's long term, you are basing the structure, but yes, you have to be innovative, and yes, you have to organize the things the way you want them to take you long term if you are doing that, but it's asking you to be serious and to put the hours in it. It's normal. Those aspects are actually forcing you to do that. Then we are going to have, and we also have, we actually have the Sun also that is conjunct, by the way, with Uranus, which is also bringing up the truth, finding better solutions, seeing clearly the picture, seeing clearly the people who you are with and what's happening. So if things like that have been popping up as well, it's really, really forcing you to be objective and realistic and seeing things the way they are. So it's very, very important. So whatever you've seen is definitely the truth lately. So on the 28th, the 29th, so even though I've been telling you work, on the 28th and the 29th, you just do not sign. There's a reason for that, because Mercury is actually square with Saturn. So that means Mercury, the thinking, the ideas, the contract, which is square with Saturn, which is the longevity and long-term projects. So for the moment, keep on working. Don't start on the 28th, 29th. Just keep on working, and then you can start from the 30th. The 30th is absolutely excellent. 30th and 1st, we've got an excellent aspect with Mercury and Uranus, the ideas, the opportunity, services, creative, creating things. Like you might even have like some new ideas, suddenly something that pops out, or even an opportunity, or things that are going to come up, because that's what the planet Uranus is linked with, and it is obviously in a very good aspect. At that time it will be in a beautiful aspect in Taurus, where it is for the next 7 years, plus Mercury that is really well aspected as well. So if you've got any ideas, opportunities, just go for it. You might get some offers and surprises, but this time well aspected, so that's good. That's what we need. Then after that, on the 3rd and 4th, absolutely amazing as well, there's going to be love with Neptune. Is going to be linked with beauty. So yes, it can help with work and creativity and making maybe, your slides, your workshops, your book, or whatever you are creating, very beautiful. But also it can work obviously for home if you are decorating, or you know, doing your wardrobe. I've got a beautiful Veronica. She does that. She helps you to style yourself. Well, you know, those days would be amazing to have an appointment with her, because it's all about beauty and dressing up and really putting things that are beautiful. So or to you know, to look after yourself and to do you know, something, maybe your hair or things like that at home, and try to have fun. But anything beautiful is going to be really, really nice. On the 5th, we've got again an amazing aspect, which is being sharp and focused and really having ideas for writing. So perfect to create. So me, I've organized my campaign from the 30th, obviously, and each day we're going to be organizing and creating whatever we need to add in that, because I know that the stars are good. Then there's one day you don't want to be doing anything. That is the 8th. There's going to be a full moon. I wish I could tell you that full moon is going to be a nice one, but it's going to be like the last cleanup before the retrogrades, right? So there's going to be some oppositions, maybe things that you just need to clear up, that you don't want to take with you, you know, because after that, obviously, we will go after that in a new moon, when we will be in May. So just let it pass. Just don't write anything. Just don't launch anything at that time. Let it just come up and get rid of that last cleanup. And love will win though, because we still have that beautiful aspect behind with love. So if things pop up or things needs to be solved, or someone is saying something that you need to solve, for example, have that genuine love behind, you know, that nice aspect where you want to solve things. Just understand that the stars will be making it pop out, but you do have your chance to actually solve the problem, you know, with compromise or yeah, as long as your intentions are good and love, or trying to understand the others, if it is you know, in your couple or with your children or whatever. Just know that it's there to do a cleanup, but that the love, understanding, comprehension is there to help solve that issue. So go on the love side. It's much better than on the opposition one. So the 9th and the 10th, beautiful, beautiful days to sign, to launch, to create. If you are not ready with something, I know I'm going a little bit ahead there. I've passed I've passed the 1 week, but I always want to explain, you know, so you guys can really be ready. So on the 9th and the 10th, it's a perfect time to launch. It's a perfect time to sign something if you had an opportunity to sign, to start something. And definitely to create. So if you are not ready completely yet, doesn't matter. It will be an awesome day to create and to do something productive. For the ones who for the ones who need to learn how to work online, and if you need help, remember, I'm there and with my team, and we can definitely help you if you didn't know how to make all this time productive while we are in lockdown, and to actually organize yourself to later on be able to work online and have more freedom, because that's what the era of the Aquarius is all about. It will be all about freedom and being able to stand up in your individuality, being part of it all, and respecting the planet and wanting to look after everyone else. So that's where we are going to go by the end of this year. So yes, if you need help, you know where I am, and you just send me a message or anything like that, or even in comments, and I will contact you and I will help you. You can follow all these videos this week about the elites and what we are doing. I'm promoting them all, but there's going to be a lot more promotion, trust me on that. Yes, watch this space. We're going to be doing amazing things with all these groups. And if you need me, if anyone needs me, you know where I am. Thank you for listening. Have an awesome week, and I shall see you very, very soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.